Hello again. My name is Przemek Piwowar and I'm hosting this part of the conference. Let me remind you that during the conference, you can ask questions to our speakers through the Slack platform. We are in the pink room, so please join the channel Mine Ping and type a question there. If you can join Slack, you can type a question directly to me on Gather. I'm standing in the right up corner in the pink room, so feel free to ask a question to our next speaker. We live in a rapidly changing world. If we look at the methods that are coming up in Agile, we can feel dizzy. Just at the moment, Sepros was talking about example mapping, but in terms of roles that we are creating, there's a lot of changes. I'm sure that if you ask your non-Agile friends who is a Scrum Master, they probably won't know. In recent years, there have been even more Agile coaches, tribe leaders, chapter leaders, product owners, or product delivery managers. We are switching from project thinking to product thinking. Our next speaker, Urszula Wawrzeniuk, will tell us how to discover products, not projects, and how to grow from project manager to product delivery manager. Ula, the stage is yours.
Thank you a lot. Hello, everyone. My name is Ula. I'm working as an Agile lead at 10 Clouds. And as Przemek mentioned already, I'll tell you a bit why the hell we are introducing another additional role in this Agile world and why we want to switch from project management to product delivery management at all. And just to give you a brief background of how we are working, how we are cooperating. As I mentioned before, I'm working for 10 Clouds. We are a software agency, so we are basically working with the clients externally. They are coming to us and asking for creating a software for them. And the case is that they usually coming to us and just saying, guys, let's do it. Here is a product brief. Here is a list of features that I want to develop. So just take it, estimate it, and tell us when and for how much I will get it. So just set up the team, make an estimation, and tell us when the product will be ready. So this is one of the approaches that you can take as a software house, right? So in this case, you're organizing a scoping session. You're trying to understand product background, like product strategy background from the client, but usually briefly. And then we are just moving to technical estimations. We are creating product backlog, prioritizing that, estimating, and then of course starting a project, moving to Scrum development, and then after a while, putting a final release on production, and then stopping the project at the end. And this is the way that we can approach this kind of cooperation. The problem is that after let's do it, we need to think if we actually know why we are doing that and if anything of that makes sense. Because we can assume that this is the moment when the client is coming to us in specific moment of his product life cycle. Okay? Because of course, if we are thinking about product development already, it means that a lot of work was done before that just to decide that this is a good step to take. So basically, if we are looking at the process as a whole, you can see that product development is just actually, here is the middle step, but actually one of the last steps that you want to take in the product lifecycle. And there is a lot of the things that should be done before that. And in this case, we realized that our clients come to us, but not always thinking about those previous steps. And they usually not taking them in a proper way. They don't know, they don't have enough knowledge about the tools, about the ways how they can go through this. If we are talking about product discovery, they don't know who is their clients. So they know that they want to create an application, but when they're using them, when you're asking them, okay, what is the user segment or what is the persona? They're saying, yeah, everybody can use it. Okay, so they are not really thinking about that. They have great ideas how to change the market, but when we are asking them, okay, so did you talk with your potential users if they really need those features, they are saying, no, we didn't do any user interviews or testing or prototypes or anything like that. So this is the way how we want to change, or how we are actually working with our clients. So we don't want to focus only on delivering projects effectively, which is usually behind project manager role, but we want to focus a lot on creating prosperous products. And this is the main focus that we have here. And just to reach that, we need to sometimes take a step back and tell to the client, like, hey, actually, you don't need to develop this product yet. Maybe you should start with a mockup. Maybe you should start with user interviews. Maybe you should start with creating a prototype. So let's move to early market validation stage. Let's try to find this product market fit, and then we can move with the forward with the development, which really matters and really makes sense. Okay. So just to do all of that, we need to have an expertise in the whole process. So we need to understand what kind of tools we can use, how actually to do that, how do competitive analysis and all those stuff which are around product development or before product development, so around other phases. That's why in our transformation from project to product focus, we focused on four main areas that we introduced to the company and to our team to fulfill that need. So the first thing was, of course, a consistent approach to proper product delivery on every stage. So we moved from 10C project approach, 10C project framework, to 10C product delivery method, which covers every step and every tool connected with full product lifecycle. Second thing, we refocused a bit at the beginning when we are starting cooperation with our client from, let's say, solution perspective and solution focus, when we are mostly discussing features, mostly discussing technical solutions, technical approach, and technical constraints, to more business focus. So starting with finding everything that haven't been done before and should be done to properly set up the product and make proper decisions about which features we actually should build based on the market, not only about our assumptions. Third thing, and this will be my main focus for the rest of the talk, is the role of product delivery manager. So before, we went a long way from having only Scrum Masters to project managers, and now to have product delivery manager role. And I will explain you briefly why we've done that and what is the meaning behind this. And the last but not least, we introduced different kind of measurements connected with the project, let's say project health or project success. So what do we mean by that, and how we are measuring actual value that the product that we are creating together with the client brings, not only typical project metrics, so budget, timeline, satisfaction, and that's it. So features, delivery, and these kind of things, but also metrics connected with value of the product. So looking at the role of product delivery manager, we assume that there are three main things that this role should focus on. So the first thing is to deliver products which are valuable, which are fit for purpose and easy to maintain, in working closely with two sides. So it's not changing. One side is stakeholders, so basically our clients, product managers on their sides, sponsors, product owners, and on the other side with the development team together with the whole process. So we just want to put emphasis on the product side, and I'll just split the name of the role into three elements. So why exactly we use those words, and why exactly this is really important to understand this. So the first element is a product, and the main goal is to deliver, as I mentioned before, valuable products, not a project in defined frames. So if we are talking about the ownership and responsibility of what of the area that is taken by the role, it's not only putting the process properly, but as well we are responsible for the direction that product is developed. Second part is delivery, because of course we are still taking care about delivery process of the product. So proper agile approach, all metrics, plan, control, creating and motivating the team, etc. So everything is still on the side of product delivery manager. And the third part is of course manager, because if we are looking for one single person responsible for everything, that would be the person who's taking an ownership from delivery perspective for everything that is happening in the project. So here, as you can see, it's really important part connected with that, and you cannot just take one word from that, because then it wouldn't make sense. Delivery manager is definitely not the same as product delivery manager. Product manager is not actually product delivery manager who's taking care more responsibility of the process itself as well. So if we are looking on all the responsibilities, we can think, okay, so where is this difference between project manager, product manager, and something between? And this is really important element which is here. So we need to think from 3 different perspectives. So we have a product management and everything connected with that. So checking market fit, user testing, creating product discovery, facilitating this kind of workshops, different kind of tools and techniques for backlog management, for creating and managing the product roadmap, setting up product strategy in proper way and having proper tools for that. So every aspect of this is under product delivery manager, but we are still talking about facilitating that on the client side. So if we are collaborating with a client who's owning the product, he's making final decisions about the direction and about the way that we are going to build it. Product delivery manager can give him proper tools, proper ways, proper approaches, and proper process to do everything connected with the product lifecycle, not only project lifecycle. So this is important part here. And of course, the rest is staying the same. So PDM is responsible as well for establishing proper agile approach to product delivery, not only project delivery, but product delivery as a whole. And coaches the team and support them on the daily basis if we are moving to the delivery part already. So if you're looking on those 2 roles from 2 sides, so let's say project manager, that we usually say, okay, this is process person responsible for everyday approach framework, how we are building, delivering the product. And from other side, you have a product manager who's mostly connected with the business part and focusing on maximizing the value of the product. Product delivery manager is a role which needs to have both competences and the knowledge from both fields to actually be able to facilitate the full product life cycle and not jumping only in the middle when we were discussing this product development part. Because from perspective of having the full picture and really understand what is happening step by step and seeing that we don't have even a small missing part in the process, we need to overview the whole area, and we need to understand all the metrics. We need to understand why we are building specific features. We need to understand from where it's coming, who is our users, and only based on that we can make proper decision during development part, if it's going to happen. Because maybe during exploration we'll understand we need to change the direction, or we need to pivot, or we need to actually change the product that we want to create here. So basically, product delivery manager needs to have both of those sides and needs to understand definitely everything connected with the product, together with the tools and the ways that the product manager is making decision based on. So the actual question is as well how we made this transition and how we've decided on the direction that we are doing, and how in the way we actually said, okay, this is a moment when we can call ourselves product delivery managers instead of project managers already, because we have all those competences, tools, ways how to create that. So of course, the first thing was developing competences within a team, together with different kind of courses, internal coaching, sharing the knowledge between different roles and different PDMs in our team. We are organizing regularly PDM lunches when we are sharing our experience and our knowledge according to the tools. Of course, hiring. So we hired people who are more experienced in the product. So we were pretty good with agile approaches and agile process frameworks, but that was the small element that was missing. So we were just introducing new roles to our team. This is the first thing. The second thing is a career path. So after this transition, we've decided that there are two different ways that we can develop our skills. And of course, one is a baseline. So for every PDM in our team, we need to be skilled in facilitating the process, agile process properly. So this is basically the baseline that we have. And this is one direction that we can grow. And the second one is connected strictly with the product. So within the time from product delivery manager, we can even move to full product management within the company. And the third element is, of course, practice. It didn't come from nowhere. So we are working with those products with our clients for a long time already. So we were using those tools. We did that in practice. We did that in practice with our clients. And we started to introduce that more and more into our processes, into our daily approach to collaborating with the clients, just step by step. So it wasn't just one moment when we decided, okay, since now this is the approach that we want to take, but step by step, we were just looking into more and more. We were sharing the knowledge. We were understanding tools more. And then we were just introducing that across every project and every cooperation with the client that we have. So it wasn't just one moment. It wasn't just jump into the transition, but it was made based on our practice and our best approaches that we used before in the cooperation with our clients. Okay, so from my side, that would be it. Thank you a lot. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, you're welcome to ask.
Thank you, Ula, very much.
Thank
I think
you.
that you explained very well what is the difference between project manager and product delivery manager, but we got many questions. What is the difference between product owner and product delivery manager?
Okay. Yeah, I think this is quite important question here. And I'll say from the perspective of our company and how we are collaborating with the client, because as I mentioned at the beginning, this is a software house. So we are basically working with the clients from different companies externally. And usually the ownership of the product, like full ownership of the product, is on the client side. Okay. I'm not naming the role yet, but let's call it for now on the client side. It means that whatever suggestions or whatever proofs or whatever tools we are giving to the client, or solutions or suggestions about directions, it's always at the end the client's decision if he's going to use it or not. Okay. So if we are talking about the difference between product delivery manager and product owner on the client side, this is really important element here, or because product manager on the client side is the way who's making a final decision. Okay, so this is one thing. The second thing, why we need that role or what is the difference? You can imagine that on the client side, there is a person responsible for cooperating with the software house and cooperating with the team, but they don't have enough expertise and enough knowledge how to drive the product. Okay, so they basically don't have specific role, which is making decisions and have enough expertise to build all that product strategy and to understand how the product should work. And in this case, again, this is product delivery manager role to drive it, but the final decision is still on the client side. So we cannot say that we are exactly product owners or we are exactly product managers, because it wouldn't be true.
Thank you. We got many questions. Unfortunately, our next speaker is waiting for us. So I hope that Ula can answer this question directly on the Slack platform. Ula, thank you very much for your speech.
Thank you a lot.